Welcome. Being grateful is always linked to being happy, and being happy is always linked to fulfillment, and fulfillment is always linked to having a quality life. Meaning, being grateful is linked to having a quality life. Now, let me ask you this question: when was the last time you were happy? I mean, grateful about what you have in life. When was it? Was it 7 years ago? Was it 5 years ago? Was it 2 weeks ago? Was it yesterday? Or was it never? Dude, it's so easy to just say our problems. Oh, I have this problem. He laughed at me. My teacher made fun of me. He called me a dickhead. A girl's not messaging me. So what? Some people have lives even worse than you fucking have. Some people are so unlucky. But you, everything's fine with you. Some people have life worse than you have. So, what is gratefulness? Let me explain in a really, really short manner. So picture two people, you and someone your age, your height, your weight, like identical person as you. Now they've been called, they pick up a phone, and they're just told the worst news of their lives. Your parents just died in a car accident. He breaks down crying. But what about you? What's your fucking problem? Girls are messaging you on Instagram. It's been 5 days. Really? Does it really matter? No, it doesn't matter. No one fucking cares about your fucking problems. I mean, I do. Deep down, I don't. Kinda. That makes me feel like an evil person, but that's the truth. You need to make out of the life. So, I'm gonna tell you one of the things that I'm grateful now. So, I have this one ball. So, this ball I found it on the street, and it makes me really happy to have that. Now let me explain. So it was in July when I first started to start running. I've not run for ages, and during my first run, I ran 19 kilometers. Just ran, without stopping. And after I was done running with my friends, I came down and I saw this ball. I picked it up and I was like, I'm gonna treasure this. So every time I see it, it makes me grateful that I was able to run 19 kilometers. Really grateful that I have working legs and I'm healthy and I can run and I have stamina. So don't worry about this. Fucking bro, I think I'm breaking my okay. Do you know what this is? Oh, I just broke it. I just fucking broke it. Okay. So this is a book holder. Bro, I'm gonna fucking. Okay, I don't want to waste your time, but okay, I'm gonna reassemble in a second. So don't click off, please. So this is a book holder. So let me get one of the books. You get this book. Boom, boom. Isn't that cool? And it makes me really grateful to have that, even though it's fucking, metal. And I can just sit and just fucking read books. You have to be really happy, grateful that you have certain things. Even a mouth guard. Fucking, I'm just looking at mouth guard. It saves your teeth from, falling off during, sparring and such. You need to appreciate that. Or even fucking sunglasses. You need to appreciate the things that you have now, because all of you just say, oh, when I become a millionaire, I'm gonna buy myself a GTR or a cool looking car. Let me ask you this. Why don't you appreciate the things that you have now? If you don't appreciate the things that you have now, how do you expect to appreciate things in the future? Let me ask you this one last question right now. If you say to yourself, I'm gonna be grateful after buy a car, a snack, a house, whatever. I'm gonna be happy now after I buy those things. That means that you rely on external factors to make you grateful, to make you happy. Once those fucking materialistic things are gone, you're gonna be sad, you're gonna be depressed. Why do you rely on external factors? Why do you rely on girls to make you happy? Why do you rely on fucking money to make you happy? You need to appreciate the small things that you have now. Some of the people that you don't know live in a fucking village of Africa. They don't even have running water. They don't even have, money, let alone food. There's a 3-year-old kid just starving, saying to their parents, when can I eat bread? Eating grass all day. But you can go to your fucking store and get yourself chips. And what the fuck do you even care about? Like, you have what it takes to survive. You have what it takes to, level up in life. Now you're gonna say, oh, what if I live in a bad place, bad town? Okay, let me tell you something. I live in a small fucking town. There are, I think, 33,000 people here. All of the people that go through here, like the people that I meet, are full of hate, are just nationalistic people, and they have no good qualities in them. Out of 100 people, you're gonna meet at least 2 good people, strong-minded people. Other than that, if you try to say something that is, that's not really have been heard by other people, or something that, is pretty smart, people are just gonna make you feel bad about yourself. People are just gonna come at you and say you are a dickhead, you are just a crazy bitch. And why that happens? Because they don't want to be seen as inferior than they, if they don't want to see you up than they actually are. I live in a place like that, place where people just hate each other because other people are more successful than other people. And here, if you try to do something, you're gonna be laughed at. And there's no opportunities here. There's no fucking nothing. There's nothing. I live in a fucking nothing. There's nothing here. But at least I'm happy. I got stores. I got clothes. At least I can talk to people. At least people live here. At least I got a school. At least I can, do something here. But some people are born in villages. They have nothing. You need to appreciate the things that you have now. You need to find positive in everything now. Because what if in the future you are faced with a lot of challenges? You're gonna be just pussed. You're just gonna be pussed and now say you're gonna chicken out and say to yourself, "Oh, it's too hard. It's too negative." No, you need to be able to find positive things in a bad thing as well. You need to learn how to actually become grateful for things, because gratefulness is always linked to being happy. Being happy is linked to fulfillment, and fulfillment is always linked to a quality of life. So if you don't start being grateful today, what do you expect in the future? What do you actually expect to go forward and actually do in the future? Because some of the people that you don't know have died at the age of 3, have lost their limbs when they were 7, and now some people are just deaf, blind, mute. And you, what about you? You have everything that it takes to it. If you take 2 people and place them in a fucking cell, and there's nothing other than a bed frame, mattress and blanket and pillow, just a bed, one person is gonna say, what the fuck am I gonna do here? Second person is, okay, I got time, I got a floor, I can do push-ups, I can do jump squats, I can do burpees, I can do sit-ups. And that person is gonna come out jacked, and the other person is just gonna come out depressed. So when you're faced with adversity, you need to be able to find the good in it. You need to level up. You need to actually gain knowledge from it, because if you don't, what do you expect to do when you are actually faced with a bigger challenge, with a bigger problem? So for some of you saying, oh, I don't live in a good place, remember my example. I'm gonna break out free from here, and you have an internet. I hope so, because how else would you be watching what I post? Go on fucking internet. Look for PDF files of books. Okay, you can really do that. Okay, buy books. You don't have money. Okay, try to go to your library, get books. You need to be able to just find situations to make you better. Don't justify your being lazy, and don't justify you not doing anything. Because let's just say your ankle hurts a bit, like tiny bit. You're like, oh, I'm gonna miss this workout session because my ankle hurts tiny bit. Why? We always justify us not doing anything, but we never justify us doing things. Why is that? Because our brain is wired to seek comfort. Just sick, just lying in bed, sleeping, and not doing anything, and scrolling all day, probably. You need to break out. You need to start being grateful, because if you don't start being grateful, what the fuck do you gonna I'm so fucking tired of saying this, but what are you gonna do in the future if you don't start being grateful today? If you don't start actually waking up and saying to yourself, I'm so happy to have a window that I can look out from. I can see sun. Some people have not really seen sun in their entire lifetime because they're blind. Appreciate the things that you have, even if it's a little thing. Appreciate little things so you can appreciate the big things. So I hope you found this video pretty useful. And whether that's my sunglasses, this bowl, mouth guard, many other things. Okay, now someone's gonna say, "Oh, you rely on external factors to make you happy." No, this I've linked this to an experience, and this is just a memory thing. I'm happy to have fucking legs and be able to see, because some people have not seen in their entire life. Oh, you can see my setup now. That's cool. Anyways, I hope you found this video pretty informative, and if you did, I don't know, use it. So, see you next time, buddy.